This is 5 Minutes to Change Your Life. My name's Joanne Mallon. I'm an author and coach. I love helping people to make wee changes that make a massive difference in their lives. Give me 5 minutes of your time today. Just might change your life. Hello there, and please join me in welcoming the first guest of the new season. I have some really cracker guests lined up over the next few weeks who've kindly agreed to come and share their expertise. And first up today, we have Alison Blackler. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, which I think very, very many of us are, this episode is for you. Or maybe you could share it with somebody who might need a wee handhold today. Alison, my guest, is an author and mind coach based on the Wirral in the UK. She previously worked for 25 years with the NHS, and working in the health service is really going to teach you about being overwhelmed, because we all know how stretched the health service is. I link to Alison's website, Two Minds, in the show notes, so you can find out a wee bit more about her work, and particularly her books. Do check those out. They're called A Path Travelled, How to Make Sense of Your Life. And then the follow-up is How to Make Sense of Relationships. Here's Alison.
Let's have a think about the challenge of overwhelm and what we can do to reduce it. Some people are of the idea that when you have a long list of things to accomplish, overwhelm or not, you push, struggle and work till everything is done. If you do keep pushing on until the list is complete, there is often a crash and burnout, or the reality is an unfinished list and that awful feeling that comes with failure. The process of working through a list needs to be coupled with other things to help your mind. One of my favourite approaches is a to-day list rather than a to-do list, which keeps things realistic and reduces overwhelm. The mind needs to have praise, so being realistic and chunking things down gives more opportunity for acknowledging achievements. There is another way of getting things done without the struggle and stress. The difference is that once you are hit with the feeling of overwhelm, you must stop and take time to step back and not work. Setting your work aside for a stretch of time and taking care of you might feel impossible, particularly when there is a lot to do, but I tell you it's the most effective and efficient way to get back on track. It takes courage to stop even though you have deadlines, but it makes all the difference. You might need to step outside, take some deep breaths, make a cuppa, call a friend, or actually stop completely for now. Ploughing on does not mean that you will be doing your best work. The key is to do anything that will unwind your overwhelm, not feed it. Take a break to allow things to settle down in your mind. Once you are calmer and more relaxed, you will naturally be inspired to take the next best right steps towards getting things complete. Taking a step back from chaos in your mind allows creativity and inspiration to bubble up. Unfortunately, it's the way we are wired. It's not possible that we can access any good stuff when we are stressed or highly emotional. So I have 6 top tips to help you deal with it. Number 1, reflect on the why. It is sometimes good to get to the root cause of what is causing your problem. Number 2, accept your feelings. I'm a big fan of acknowledging whatever feelings come up rather than fighting with yourself. Number 3, practice mindfulness exercises. My favourite is noticing things in the room. Count things you can see, count things you can hear, and things you can feel. Number 4, try breathing exercises. We are often breathing up high in our chests when we are feeling overwhelmed and worried. Taking time to breathe deeper into your tummy is a powerful grounding exercise. Number 5, focus on what you can control. Sometimes it is a good idea to stop and write down what you're worried about. Try 2 columns. One column, things in my control, and the other, things out of my control. When I ask people to do this exercise, so often the attention is on what they can't control, which in itself is stressful, and therefore they are not looking at the things that are in their control. And number 6, Sometimes physical touch or just moving away from your work area can help to ground you. Changing your environment is really useful. So I hope one of these is useful at least. My final point is to remember that we are all different and each of us needs to find our own approach to managing overwhelm. I wish you luck and most importantly, be kind to yourself.